this is definitely one of those matches that keep me coming back to World of Tanks all the time. Now, this match, it's pretty cool. No matter how it ends, whether it's in absolute heartbreak or with a clutch victory, it's still plenty video worthy. I'll let you find out how exactly it ends, but regardless, it was pretty neato. Hi T54, I see you're squeezing in there. So I'm platooned up with Dante Max, or P51 T-Fighter, whatever name he's named in this game. And on the enemy team in the IS-7 is Bruiser, the clan commander, and in the Jagdpanzer U-100 we have Denominators, also a good old member of the clan, and we have been platoon syncing all night long, and it has somehow worked like 7 battles in a row. That never actually happens, but clanmates can only appear on the enemy team now. That is a thing that they changed a few years ago, so you don't basically have a platoon of 6 people or more on the enemy team. That would just be unfair. And now what I'm doing here is that I'm sticking the corner by tank around, knowing that I have 6th sense to use that to spot, not exactly spot, but to know if someone is there. So you can tell if a tank is there, if you have 6th sense, without actually spotting them, which is handy every once in a while. Because if I would have stuck my nose out there far enough to actually spot them, then the chances are that I would have gotten shot, and I don't want to get hit by something with a big gun, and not unless I can at least deal the damage back. Because what we have here that I'm in is the T57 Heavy, the Tier 10 American Heavy, and it has a 4-round autoloader. 400 damage per shell, 2 seconds between each shell, so that means in what, 6 seconds it can do 1600 damage. Not too bad. That's enough that, especially near the end of games when tanks are low on health, you can really pick some guys off. For example, here's Bruiser. I take 2 hits in return. I take a risk by sitting out there a little bit longer and trying to get a few more shots into him. And oh, there's the Jagdpanzer 100, Denom. Oh, Denominators, they're trying to hit me. I think that was his shell that hit the building there. I took 2 hits in return doing that. I took almost 1,000 damage myself, but I did a little over 1,000 damage to Bruiser. So, was it worth it? Barely. It was barely worth it. And I'm noticing that Bad Chat 25T up there on the hill, and I'm thinking, I wonder if he can shoot me from that little crack in the rock there, and if he realizes he can shoot me, but it looks like he might be being kept busy right now. So what I want to do now is I just want to outweight the enemy. I want to wait for a moment where somebody goes into the same position as Bruiser just did, and hopefully this time I don't get shot. We'll see if I learned my lesson, I suppose. And to my left there we have P51. He's in the Conqueror. He might be in a Tier 9, but that Tier 9 does have a pretty tough turret. With the exception of that hatch on top, it'll be very difficult for even the Tier 10s on their enemy team to penetrate him. So we're just going to be patient now. Don't you worry, we're not dying yet. I'm not going to post a video if I die after 3 penetrations. That, unless something else extraordinary happens, that's not going to happen. So we wait, and I wait. I am hoping that P51 over there can actually spot something. I'm hoping that someone will make themselves so that I can center them out. Oh, and speak of the devil, there is Denom. He wants some. So I'm going to peek around this corner, try to side scrape so no one else can hit me. Put a few shells into his lower plate. But unfortunately, it seems that I haven't yet learned my lesson. And to put this last shell into him, I end up taking 2 hits again. Again, there's about 900 more damage done by the VK-101 and the IS-7 once again. So the same 2 guys that shot me the first time. And now I'm stuck reloading, and there's a T10 pushing in that has just taken out our low. So things are about to get difficult. This T10, he has a 440 average damage gun if he has the top gun. So he could quite possibly finish me off with 1 shot if he rolls a little bit high. That missed a little bit. Okay, luckily he missed. That was pretty lucky. He rushed that shot. He didn't need to, but he is dead anyway. The Jagdpanzer 100 managed to finish him off, even though I only managed to put 1 shot into his lower plate there, and everything else bounced. I mean, it feels like when I'm driving something like the T10, it has no armor. That's what it feels like. But whenever I'm shooting at them, if I don't hit that lower plate, most of the time I end up bouncing. Jagdpanzer 100, are you reloaded? Oh, and there's that bug. No, it didn't penetrate. Take a risk by peeking out again. Hopefully those 2 guys don't hit me, because this time, even if just the IS-7 hits me, it could end me. But did you see there when I was backing out trying to get a shot at the Jagdpanzer E100, my camera spun around 180 degrees? That is a bug that's been in the game for I don't know how long. Maybe it's mod related, I'm not sure. But just every once in a while when you're close to a building and trying to zoom in the camera, it just flips your camera around 180 degrees instantly, and it's really, really annoying. But that SPIC there, the SP1C, whichever you want to call it, I'm calling it a SPIC because that's much easier to say. Managed to put one shot into him, get him down to a one-shot kill now, and unfortunately T57 has been completely overrun, and there's nothing I can do right now. If I stay back over there, then I am going to be killed pretty quickly. I am finishing up my reload. I see this 1-2-1 here is possibly an easy kill, so I'm just going to wait for the last couple seconds of this reload to finish, and then peek around the corner, and hopefully finish him off. Yes, perfect. Take him out. 3 shells in the magazine. Oh, that SPIC is being sneaky. I thought he was in the city around that corner. He was not. That was a bit of a lucky shot there that I put into him, and now I have 2 shells remaining. And what I see is I see an Emil 1 and a Scorpion coming from my northern side, and I see an IS-7 and a VK-1001 coming around this side. So at this point, I figured I'm dead. I got 2 shells in the magazine. I can't kill the VK with these 2 shells unless I roll really high, and I'm probably going to have a hard time penetrating him. He is armored almost as well as a mouse. He does have that hatch on top of his tank, but I've completely forgotten about that, and I was trying to put it into the corner where his track is. They both bounce. The IS-7 Bruiser is killed by the Jagdpanzer E100, and I've decided, you know what, I'm going to try to go around behind this guy, not looking at my map and seeing that the Emil and the Scorpion have went a different direction. But to be honest, I might have gotten killed by the Scorpion had I actually done that. Jagdpanzer E100 is coming here to try to save me. I really, really appreciate it. I should be dead right now. I've managed to bounce a couple shots there from him that could have potentially killed me. I was trying to hide behind the Jagdpanzer 100 to not take the hit, but unfortunately it didn't work out. I just didn't help him at all. Put a couple shots to the VK-1001, and the Jagdpanzer E100 finishes him off. So thank you, Jagdpanzer, you just saved me. That was extremely lucky, but now I'm stuck at 8 health points. 8 health points. That's not a good sign. And I'm reloading again. This reload time, it was something like 22, 24 seconds. I can't remember the exact value. And unfortunately, it doesn't tell you in replays. Oh, and there's a Scorpion. Whew. Okay. Finish him off. Oh, and there's the Panther right there. He's not paying attention. I can put 2 shells into it before he can even turn his tank around, finish him off, and go for the reload again. And now I'm down to my last magazine of armor-piercing rounds. And I'm going to go for the reload, leaving the Jagdpanzer E100 a little bit vulnerable, but I felt that I probably couldn't help him too much with just the 1 shell that I had left in my magazine, so I had to go for the reload. So I'm going to wait for this reload to finish, and then peek around this corner. There's the artillery. Hopefully nothing else is over there with him. Taking a risk by peeking around. Set him on fire. Leave him on 3 health points. So close. So the Jagdpanzer 100 has to use another shot to take him out. And unfortunately now the Emil and the Bat Chat have gotten around behind the Jagdpanzer E100. He is struggling to turn around. I'm not sure if he can manage to survive this. The onslaught of 2 autoloaders shooting at him. That Emil 1 is a very similar tank, I would say, to the T57 Heavy. It has the same sort of magazine system. Basically, if you don't know anything about it, assume that it's a T57 Heavy. It's close enough. And I could have put 3 shots into this Bat Chat to finish him off. I managed to put 1 in. The first one misses, and this third one, I thought it was pretty well aimed, but it went low. It actually hit the track of the Bat Chat 25T and didn't track him, which really sucks. And that's it for my ammunition. So even if I did track him, then I wouldn't be able to do anything with it. So I'm going to go for the reload again. Now I'm on to my heat rounds. This is when things start to get more expensive. So I only have 8 rounds left, and it's going to take me 5 rounds to take out the rest of these 2 tanks, should it come down to that. Should I be given the chance to do that? I've already done the math in my head at this point in the game and gone, okay, so I can finish off one of these guys with this magazine, but not both. So if they both come at me, then I'm in big trouble, and that's how Jagdpanzer E100 can help me, but he is also perilously low on health. He's down to, I think it was like 100 and something health points. So I think the Bat Chat's going to come around this corner. Again, I took a risk by peeking around that corner so fast. If the Bat Chat was sitting over there waiting for me to do something like that, or hoping that I was doing something like that, then it could have turned out badly. But I think that they still probably think I'm at that road on the 8 line where I was last spotted. Unfortunately, the Bat Chat has finished him off, but I have devised a plan. And this Bat Chat is coming around this corner. Put a couple shots into him. Hopefully they don't miss. The Bat Chat actually fired a shot there at the last second. Missed me, very luckily. If he would have hit me, I'd be dead. I took a risk by sitting out for an extra second there while the Bat Chat actually looked at me. That was a big risk, but I felt I had to take that, and I'm not going to reload my magazine right now. I have one more shell, and that's all I need to kill the Emil. If I needed 2 rounds or more to kill the Emil for sure, then I would have. I know I'm taking a risk, because if that shell misses or bounces, then it's game over. But I assume that he's coming around the corner to get me now, assuming that I'm reloading. So if I do reload, and I have no shells when he comes to get me, well, I'm in even bigger trouble. So I had to take the risk, peeking around the corner very cautiously, using Sixth Sense is that spotting mechanic again, and now the game is 8 health points versus 229 health points. This is a pretty close game. It's not very often to games like this that are this close. We have secured a top gun by killing the Bat Chat. The Jagdpanzer U-100 was 1 kill away from a top gun himself, and if I were to actually invite the Jagdpanzer U-100 to platoon right now and he accepted, then after the game is over, if we won, I think winning is a requirement, then a crucial contribution medal would be all ours, but I was too busy at this point to think about that. Oh, and there, Emil-1 just went through the cap circle for a second, so I know where he is, so I'm going to bail out of here and reload. I'm going to take this opportunity just to reload my magazine so that if I miss my first shot, then maybe, if I'm lucky, I'll have time for a second one before he turns around and kills me, depending on where he is when we actually find each other. Oh boy, this is a pretty close game, and it's at this point where I realize that I've done 7,500 damage so far this game. This has gotten pretty intense. My hands are sweating like mad, my heart is beating high up in my chest. It's just one of those games that it's so much fun to play this game with. And I'm so lucky that I managed to get to this point in the game. That VK-101 should have killed me twice, but he didn't manage to by some miracle. I should have been killed in other ways many times too. I've made mistakes. I should be dead. And when I was crossing that path there, I was talking to P57 in TeamSpeak, and he's like, "Oh my God, don't show them your side. If he's over there and you're peeking out around this corner with your side, and you're in big trouble." I know, I'm taking risks. I have to take the risks though. I feel like I have to be the aggressor, because if I'm sitting in a corner, then I'm not as likely to catch us by surprise. That being said, I guess he's also more likely to catch me by surprise when I'm moving around. But I don't know. It was tough to say, but I decided to make this decision. So here we go. Where is he? We're gonna go on the hunt. I'm guessing he's back near where I was last spotted, and there he is! I put the shot into the ground. Oh no! But managed to luckily reload the second one before he turns around. Luckily, when he went around that corner, he wasn't expecting me to be on the side to his left. He was expecting me to be on the right side, and that's where he was aiming, so it took that extra second for him to traverse his turret and his tank around to face me, which saved me when I missed that shot. And luckily, I took the opportunity earlier to reload when I knew I had the chance, because if I hadn't, and I only had that one shell, and I put that into the ground, then it would have been big trouble. Or if I would have, say, not hesitated at that last corner I stopped at for an extra few seconds, then I would have ended up coming around that corner in front of that Emil, and that probably would have got me killed. So I got really lucky there, a little bit of luck, and that's kind of what the end of the game came down to, because you don't know what direction this guy is going to be looking, and you don't know where you're going to run into him, so it's just kind of luck of the draw, combined with a little bit of skill, map awareness, reaction time. But luckily it worked out for me in the end with a little bit of luck there for sure. Somehow not dying like 8 different times throughout that game, and even after making several big mistakes, managed to live. Oh my God. Almost 8,000 damage done. That makes this the second best game I've had in a tank. The only other tank I've done more damage in previously is the FV215B183, that Death Star with a 1750 average damage gun at tier 10. Wow, this is a really fun game, though I wish that I had more like this, but unfortunately, not a whole lot of them actually are. But jeez, thanks for watching everyone, I'll see you later.